Hello, you're welcome. It gives me great joy to observe you viewing this video today, and thank you for visiting my channel. I am Dr. Olayinka Akanle. I am a lecturer in the university. I am a researcher. I am a life coach. I'm a public speaker. On this channel, I do a number of stuff, but all these stuff I do, they are to make sure my subscribers are the best. My interest is to empower my subscribers and my viewers so they make very informed decisions and they have excellent outcomes in life. Meanwhile, if you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe. Tap your notification button so you are alerted every time I drop new content. Comment, like, and share as widely as possible. Meanwhile, if you have subscribed to this channel previously, thank you very much for staying tuned. Today, I want to address another very important issue in the context of migration: how to raise excellent and successful kids abroad. How to raise excellent and successful kids abroad. This topic is very important and is very central to my heart on the account of so many things I've seen, I've heard, I've experienced, and a lot of researches that I've conducted in this area. This is very important because many people now migrate abroad. Many go with their families, their children, to the extent that even the United Kingdom have to bring in new policies. Even Canada, a lot of policies targeting family. So that means families are relocating abroad massively. Yet, many migrants or those that are relocating do not understand that raising families abroad actually is a very serious issue and can affect life and destinies for generations. There is no magic key to having excellent or successful kids abroad, but there are strategic steps you must take. Whether you are still single, or you are married, or you are in a relationship, this video is very relevant. If you are thinking of having kids abroad at some point in your life, this video is very important. Or you already have families and kids abroad, this video is very important, and I encourage you to watch it till the end and make sure you share with others. A lot of researches and experiences actually went into the production of this video. So it's very important, and this is because this video is very important because a lot of kids have been destroyed, a lot of families have been destroyed, spoiled, like to put it that way, abroad on the account of so many things. As a lecturer in the university, it's now even trending across Africa and some other continents where people in the diaspora abroad, out of frustration, send their kids back home. This is not before they have been involved in many crises. Many because they have simply failed in raising these kids abroad. These kids have gone into drugs. Many of them have served jail terms. Many of them are about to go into crime, and a lot of them, their parents or their families discovered that, wow, these kids are already in crisis. They have served jail terms. They have joined gangs. They are going out with the wrong kids. Many of them into drugs, into a lot of things. So they simply send them back home. And they send them to universities, paying their fees. Even when those kids come to universities or schools in their homeland, it's already too late. They're just there as if they are in rehab, or they are just abandoned there. So then they are deceived back home. So this, and many of these kids, many of assumptions also that your children can never be committed to you abroad. Your children will be impossible abroad. You can never prosper on your children abroad. It's not true. It's a lie. You only need to watch this video and follow the strategies I'm going to give to you. And many parents, many family members are frustrated. What are the steps you have to take to raise excellent and successful kids abroad? Number one is that you have to be involved in raising the kids. You have to be present. It can't just be about work, and money. We know you have to pay bills. We know you have to work. We know you have to pay tax. We know you need money. But money is not only what you need to be happy or be fulfilled in life. You have to be involved. You have to be deliberate. You have to be committed. You have to be present. in raising your kids. Don't just leave them in the custody of others. Don't just leave them to themselves while you just go look for money, work. We know it's tough making money abroad, but you have to know that your kids are also very important. They are your future. They are your today. So you need to be involved. You have to balance it. Balance work, balance every other thing, and be committed to raising your kids. You have to be involved and be present. Then, another point, you have to show examples. Kids copy their parents or their guardians or their or their caregivers, generally speaking. They copy them, they observe them, and they want to emulate them. Whatever you want your kids to turn out to be in life, you have to exemplify it, so that you can be their role model. So you have to show examples. If you want them to be excellent and be great, you too be great and excellent. In every respect, you want your kids to be great. So you have to show examples. Then, this is very important. Do not sheepishly imbibe foreign culture where you are. You know, many people just think because they are now abroad, they have to become abroad in everything they do. No! Be original. Don't just sheepishly imbibe everything there. Look at those things that you believe you want your kids to emulate or to imbibe. Even you demonstrate it carefully. Question the culture of where you are. Sieve the culture and live your life according to the good ones and live against the bad ones. Everything cannot just be right overseas where you are. Just because you are there now, you got carried away and imbibe everything they do there. So don't just sheepishly imbibe them, all they do, and sheepishly inculcate them into your children. It may not prosper you in the long run. I'll tell you, there's something, a concept I've developed, the Asian scenario in training kids. I call it the Asian scenario. If you look at the Asians in many of these developed countries, they retain their culture strategically. The values, they retain their values. Even though they live in those countries, I've met a lot of Asians in Canada, Australia, United Kingdom, even in the United States. All over. I've met them in Europe severally. And I'm sure you will attest to this. They live their life as they live in Europe to survive. They also import their culture, their cultural benefit to them. I've lived in many places. I've lived in Pakistani's house overseas. I've met Indians. Now, you look at the Asian scenario, the scenarios of the Asians, the examples of the Asians. If you look at the Pakistanis and the Indians that I've mentioned, they live within their culture in a way. While they are integrated in those foreign countries, they still live according to their cultural dictates, in training their kids and living their life. Are you now surprised that even the Indians are among the most successful intergenerationally, even in the US, even in the Canada, even in the Australia, even in the UK, the US? Go and look at the statistics. The Indians, for example, they're doing very well in terms of raising their kids and even making the money that you think you want to make. They make more money. The statistics are clear. I've done research in this area. And the Pakistanis too, the Asians, they simply are able to train their kids excellently well. Their children are doing successfully well, even in their culture there, and even economically in school. Their children do better. Wouldn't you rather look at that? Teach your children your culture. This is very important. I was listening to some people and say even some other nationals are the ones teaching some people's children their home language. Can you imagine? They are teaching the language of the parents of particular children. People, foreigners from other countries living in those countries are the ones now teaching children the language of their parents. Parents can't teach their children. They simply forget. And culture, I have a video on this channel on culture. Culture is very important. So teach your children your original culture. Teach them your values, original value from your own country. Teach them your language. Teach them your greetings. Teach them your dressing sense. Because that is the moral infrastructure that will keep them intact in that foreign country you are now. So teach them your values. Teach them your values. It's very important. Then bring them home occasionally. People say, oh, man, there is insecurity, there is no infrastructure. They say, there are witches and wizards in my home country. They will kill my children. I don't want them to see my children. You don't have to take them to your family, but let them visit their home country. Let them have a feel of order of your home countries. Let them have a feel of where you came from. Let them relate with people there. Let them learn. This is very important. Another way of life, different from that foreign country you are. Bring them home occasionally. If you don't want to go to your family house, it's not a problem. Lodging and hotel, let them come. Bring them home occasionally. I know people who send their children home, not because they are problematic now. Maybe just come and do 1 or 2 sessions in a university or in secondary school in their home country. And after the 2 or 3 sessions, they take them back. Now they will have seen another way of life, which they may appreciate, and that gives you opportunity. And if you don't want to send them for a period of time in school, bring them home during celebrations. Let them stay like 1 week and let them mix with other children. So when you see this, children that you believe will add value to them in terms of positive behavior, let them mingle with them. Let them, and meet with them. Then do not run your country or your culture or your people down in their presence. It's very important. Don't run your country or your culture down in their presence, so you don't let them feel where we are is just the best, where dad or mom came from, they are barbaric. No, you are only doing yourself more harm than good. A lot of parents, a lot of people, guardians, talk carelessly in front of children, and children will process what you are saying more, even further than what you intended. So don't say good things about your culture and some other cultures that let them be global citizens, and also so you are able to correct them. Give them quality formal and informal education. Not only formal education, even at home, train them, educate them, conscientize them, and give them the necessary knowledge. Even at home, that's the informal education. And when you are abroad, give them quality education. Spend money educating them. It's very important because these are things they will need later. And moderate their association early. Who are they relating with early? Because once they become mature, they don't simply by 18, even some 16, they're already on their own. So make sure that's why you have to be present. So once they are still young, before they begin to say, they will call 911 for you. So that before they start calling 911, and say, Mom, I'll call 911 on you. Dad, I'll call 911 on you. Dad, you are silly. Dad, you are foolish. Before they get to that level, as early as before they become so conscious of so-called their right, make sure, don't abuse them, but conscientize them, moderate their association, let them be aware, be speaking to them where they should be, where they should not be, who they should relate with, who they should not relate with, and set clear goals, set clear values, set clear objectives for them as young as possible. But if you are not involved, it's possible if it will be very difficult for you to do this. Set boundaries, set goals for them and the family and yourself, set objectives, set values that will guide you in raising them. And let them know, communicate with them. This is another very important point. Communicate, let them understand why you are doing what you are doing. Let them understand why you are saying what you are saying. Sit them down, constructive communication. Communicate with them, this is very important. And enforce the boundaries that you have set. The boundaries, enforce it carefully, not by abusing them, carefully, in love. Set boundaries. People will say, well, it's not easy to train kids abroad. The law support is a lie. I've seen, aside the Asian scenarios that I mentioned, I've seen many wonderful kids trained abroad, committed to their parents, even at old age. Yeah. Fantastic. And they are also intergenerationally training their own kids successfully. They are raising their own kids successfully. What I'm talking to you now is a matter of life and death. Intergenerational implication, even for you later in life. So don't say it's not possible. Our Dr. Akole does not know what he's saying. It's not true. I know what I'm saying. I've done researches, I have experience, and I've seen cases. And that's why I've seen many frustrated parents, frustrated people abroad on the account of vagabond children that their children turn out to be. And many at their old ages are very lonely, very frustrated and depressed. And many of them, I'm sure, will tell you if they are if they had the opportunity of listening to what I'm saying now, viewing this kind of video, their life will have been better. So don't take what I'm saying with levity as if it's not important. So allow them, kids will make their mistakes. Allow them make their mistakes and learn from it. Don't be maybe too difficult, too rigid, you know. Just let them make their mistakes. Then use the opportunity to educate them, you know, to educate them. Let them know about other people. Let them know about other experiences. Share your experiences with them and be deliberate and intentional in raising them. So this video I'm very passionate about it. You could see the way I made a video and my attitude when talking about this. I want your kids to be excellent, you know, to be successful, even as we are abroad. If you want to go, if we are just planning to go abroad, make sure you put all these things. Bear in mind that it's not easy to raise kids abroad. It's not easy at all to raise successful kids. I've seen many frustrating scenarios. So if you just want to relocate, I wish you well. Make sure you put all of this in practice. If you're already abroad, make sure you try some of these things. I'm sure they are time tested and they are proven, and share with other people. Until I see you in my next video, take care of yourself, and your kids will succeed and be excellent. Kindly subscribe, comment, like, and share. Bye.